back to Zagami Beauty. I'm Krisha. So nice to have you guys here today. If you're new, welcome. I'm a mom of two, a pharmacist, and a beauty lover every other free moment of my life. And I can't wait to share my April favorites with you all today. I finally was able to film 2 monthly favorites in a row, and I'm on time, and I'm so excited to share 6 items this month that I've been absolutely loving and I stand by 100%. So I hope you find some treasures in here that pique your interest. Of course, before we get started, I invite you to subscribe. If you love beauty videos, I do dabble in a little bit of health. So if that interests you, of course, subscribe. I'd love to have you on board. Leave me a comment down below. What products do you think all of us need to know about? Also give it a like if you found this video helpful and enjoyable. So first items go hand in hand. Between these two, my makeup has been staying in place incredibly. So well. It looks almost as if I just put it on after an 8-hour day at work. I know that's kind of like a stretch, but it's been absolutely a miracle. I don't usually wear primer. Why? Because I wear physical block, and I just always felt like, where do I squeeze primer in? Do I put it before my physical block? That doesn't make sense to me somehow. And if I were to put it on top of the physical block, that didn't make sense to me either because I didn't want to dilute my sunscreen. I don't know. I always found an excuse not to use primer until I found this one. This is the Guerlain L'Or Primer. I think it was like 2 years ago. There was a massive hype, and I'd never bought into it because, again, I don't usually like primer. A deluxe sample came in one of my orders. I played with it, and I found the perfect way to use it for me. It is actually under my sunscreen because it is so liquidy, just like a refreshing little like burst of almost like water on your skin. I felt like it doesn't interfere with my sunscreen. I feel like it doesn't interfere with my skincare. It's just sort of like a nice in-between layer after my skincare, before my sunscreen, and then I put my makeup on top of my physical block, and it actually works. I don't know how it does its magic, but it's slightly tacky. It's still refreshing though, very light. And it just keeps my makeup in place. I don't know what to tell you. It is an absolute miracle. Then something that's not a pretty penny, the Morphe Mist. So it's sort of a very fine setting mist. I give it a bit of a shake. I've had this in my collection for a long time, and I just finally reached for it because I'm playing around with setting sprays. I love setting sprays. I found that this one actually keeps everything in place, and because it's a fine mist, I just feel like it doesn't create any droplets on my skin. I don't get a ton of like setting mist in my hair. It's just perfect. Look at this, you guys. It is so fine. It's unbelievable. I'll put some on actually because I didn't use any for this makeup. Just a slight refreshing scent, not floral really or sweet or anything, just very refreshing, almost like a sea breeze. It's such a fine mist that I feel like it coats my skin evenly, and it really keeps things in place, and it's a very reasonably priced product because it is Morphe. These two together are keeping everything in place all day long. All right, next up, these items go hand in hand as well. I'm sure if you guys have been around for a while, you know my love affair with the Marc Jacobs At Lash Mascara. I love mascara. I review a ton of mascara, pretty much every new release, whether it's drugstore or high-end. Yet I always go back to this one since it was released last spring. It's absolutely incredible. I'll link my video reviewing this mascara. You'll see why. This month, I found this in my little travels of my mascara backups. So I noticed there was a deluxe sample of the Marc Jacobs primer. I used to use the Dior Maximizer primer. I feel like they changed the formula and I've never gone back. This one is really just blown my mind. And it's not a white primer, it's actually a more kind of like peachy toned primer. The brush is the same shape, I would say, as the Velvet Noir mascara, so it is a natural bristle brush. Coats it really well. And I'll show you guys a little side by side of me using the At Lash with the primer and then without. So on your guys' left or my right eyeball, you'll notice the mascara looks absolutely incredible. Like, it's actually insanely more intense in my opinion. The left eye or your right, as you're viewing it, is just the Marc Jacobs At Lash alone. Same number of coats. I used 3 coats of mascara on each eye, but that right eye, your left, is just incredibly more impactful. I don't know why I haven't tried it earlier because I'm so impressed. Does keep things in place, but this mascara already stays in place even without primer. This, I feel, just really gives you this boost, this lift, this more thickened effect. It just lets this do its job even better, which is almost hard to believe it could be even better, but it is. with its little friend. Okay guys, next dynamic duo. I have been absolutely loving this MAC lip liner in Strip Down. So good. I actually got it in the MAC Times Elanora box. Came out recently, it's limited edition. Amazing, amazing value in that box. I'll link my review for you guys to take a look. I don't usually go for brown lip liners. I just feel like they wash me out or just make things look a little bit muddy on my skin tone. This one is different. It's special. It actually has a slightly more like neutral to warm tone to it. And it's been just perfect to neutralize a lot of lipsticks in my collection. So I've been using that to line my lips. Then I've been using whatever lipstick I want to use that day because it pretty much goes with anything. Today I used the Charlotte Tilbury Wedding Bells. Then, this is where the magic really happens, is I've been using the MAC lipstick in Myth, a super light, kind of almost like a whitewash shade on its own in the satin formula. And I've been putting it just in two specific spots, just on the top middle and the bottom middle. And what that's done is it's created the most beautiful, pouty, natural cushion effect to my lips. Beautiful neutral shade, so it'll work with pretty much every lipstick you want to use for that effect. On its own, it's a bit too light for me, but I finally found a way to optimize its potential. All right, moving along to a brush. This has really surprised me. I really love white goat hair brushes. I just feel like they have enough grit to pick up products. This one in particular is the Dior brush number 16. It's just fluffed out so beautifully. It's not overly soft, but it's not harsh or rough on the skin whatsoever because it is, again, white kind of undyed goat hair. It's the perfect size for using in a palette, and it has the perfect amount of pickup power. That's what I really, really love about it. It has a really nice long handle where it feels really comfortable to use. The biggest plus is, like I said, it picks up powder really well. Whether I'm using this Burberry palette that has a little bit more of a baked gelée formula, sometimes harder to pick up with a softer brush. And this has been just picking it up beautifully. I absolutely love the shape because it fits into these types of all-in-one face palettes. I've also been loving it with something finer milled, such as the Charlotte Tilbury Instant Palettes. This happens to be the new one that I reviewed recently from her Look of Love collection. This palette has slightly smaller pans, and this fits in just beautifully as well. Buffs everything out wonderfully. You can use it for bronzer, blush, highlight, whatever, your whole face if you're being lazy and you don't want to use any other brushes. I've been loving it so much. I think I'm going to pick up a second one. I feel like it's underrated. So if you're having issues with more of baked gelée formula, something packed a little bit harder, I really suggest that brush for you. Last but not least, we have a hair product, and this is a major throwback to my childhood, early teenage years. This is the Goody Banana Clip. I am so smitten with this hair product. I was actually at Walmart just buying a few of those longer snap clips for my girls. It's the only place I can find the really big ones. I noticed this and I'm just like, oh, this is interesting. I'm gonna buy a pack of 2. These hold my hair in place. Sometimes with elastics, they're just a little bit uncomfortable at times, but if they're too loose, they don't hold your hair in place. These have been a godsend. I don't have that strain on my head when I'm at work. And the biggest thing about these is that they look so cool. It just gathers the hair, creates that nice sleek effect, almost like a pseudo, like, I'm gonna say mullet effect, but in the best way possible. It slightly gives this illusion that your hair is super long. In a ponytail, you gather most of the hair up into this like one little spot. So of course it doesn't look as long, but because you're maintaining that length and it's almost like the bottom is really where your hair naturally flows, I don't know, it just creates the most beautiful sort of like long-haired princess ponytail. I absolutely love these. I can't recommend it enough. Your head won't hurt from any strain from an elastic. It won't break as easily, I feel. When I wear this, I don't know, I just feel kind of cool in my little mullet type look. Alright you guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed my April favorites. Leave me a comment down below what item or items have you been loving this last month. Give it a like if you found this video enjoyable and helpful. Don't forget to subscribe. I would really love to have you guys on board. All the best to you, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!